Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be debriefing and recapping the 2021/2022, but actually completely 2022 BUMCAR season. Season 1 of BUMCAR. Ooh. Also, fancy mic, so video quality going up. BUMCAR started in the beginning of April and ended at the beginning of August, and it was a very fun series. We had a lot of memes, a lot of crashes, a lot of hilarious stuff. And I just want to say right now, it will be back next season. I will have those dates figured out, but if you want to join, begin setting up your team now and getting ready for BUMCAR Season 2. We have a lot of new things on the way, including Bum Trucks, which is going to be a lower series because we have a lot of people. Then go ahead, join Discord. Links down below, and yeah, you'll stay notified on everything that you need to know for season 2 of BUMCAR. But today we're doing a debriefing, a season recap. So to start out the season, we're going to start out with the Clash. The Clash was held at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway, and it was a very interesting race to start out with because two people kind of did well this race. We also had the first flip of the season, in which my dad just got punted into pit road and flipped. That was a pretty good one. And, well, two cars kind of jumped out to the lead pretty early as Fizz and Luna. And they controlled the lead for most of the race. But then they didn't save enough fuel, had to pit again. And Caden, who drives the number 7 for Redline Racing, scooted right on past to take the win. Now, around the actual first race, that was a clash. It don't matter nothing. Daytona was a very interesting race, in which we saw at the beginning of Mercer deciding to just kill anyone and everyone he could. And then we saw the first official winner of a BUMCAR race, as Malachi would pull out a great victory for Kirkharvey Youth Group, and that 21 claims first victory of the season. Did pretty good. Round 2, Rockingham. Cassie low-key kinda dominated this race. She drives the 87 for Lost and Sauce Racing, and the team expected not to do a whole much. She kind of went up to the front and just said move and just took the win. It was a pretty boring race, honestly. There's not a whole lot to really write home about this one. Atlanta, round 3 at Atlanta was so much more drama. We had the beginning of the Running Bandit Racing versus Redline Racing beef, in which in the closing stages of the race, Fred for Running Bandit Racing was blocking quite a bit. Fair. Redline Racing's owner, Joey Bob, tried to get past him. He sends it and just sends him up into the wall. And there was a reported fight afterwards and beef. But because of that ensuing restart, Cooper Lee Nelson for Running Bandit Racing actually won the race. So I guess you could say Running Bandit Racing won the battle. But it did screw Fred's race and actually would kind of prove quite costly. But speaking of Joey Bob would win the next race at California. And it was a very intense, close race in which he was able just to drive away. And believe me, it was not our last time at Auto Club with an intense, close race. The 5th round, it was at Infineon, a.k.a. Sonoma. I forgot what we called it. And it was just a shit show. It's the 5th race of the season, which means there's the cutoff race for the top 35. To figure out if you're top 35, you get protections to make the next 5 races. If you don't, you have to race your way in. Well, it was a very interesting race as Finn would come through on the last lap after Mama Beast choked it away. Absolutely choked the lead, like a 4-second lead. Just drives off track. It would not be the last time Mama Beast choked a win on the last lap. Believe me, we got plenty more. But rather unfortunately, that was it for the race because, well, Finn just drove away from everyone. But it was Finn's first race he made all season. So it kind of made it think, a little fluky. Some cars got back in to the top 35. Some cars got booted out. It was a very intense race in which we had, I think, the margins for everything was down to like just a few points. It was quite interesting. Las Vegas came down to a last lap battle in which Gideon would almost be caught up to by Malachi, and it was a photo finish. Gideon comes away with his first win of the season. Believe me, it is not his last. We go to Richmond, in which we see a breakout performance from Tossie. But the problem is, he also had somebody catching up to him. Me. So, yeah, it did not end well. As Tossie just ran out of gas and ran out of everything, but as he was getting passed at the same time that he had to pit, so even if he didn't pit, he was still he still had already been caught by Mr. Brian DeBeasley Nelson, and that was raced. Dover would prove we have a late race caution. It would be Gideon's second win of the season, making him the first ever two-time winner in BUMCAR history, as he pulled away at the end. Not much to report about there. Martinsville would be a shit show till about the last 40 laps of the race when Luna, my dog, came through and pulled out a victory. Somehow, some way. She just decided, I'm here. The 10th race of the season was at Michigan. Another cutoff race. And when it ended up happening, 4 wide happened. It was quite sad. But, well, that's the reason. John would come through, take the win. However, shake-ups in the bottom 35 means Sam, one of the more competitive cars, and who ended up going 4 wide and flipping and dying, was knocked out. And he would become a factor quite a bit later on. Next race was at Talladega, and honestly, it was a pretty bad race. But the problem is, it was a 3-car breakaway, and then lap traffic happened. It took out one of the cars. There was 2 cars now. Then lap traffic happened again, and it was an intense last lap in which Aiden Box tried to catch up to his future teammate, Caden. Caden would take his technically second win of the season, even though his official win. At Texas, this was not any old Texas. Texas symmetrical. It actually stayed clean, surprisingly, for the first most of the race. And then we had one caution, and then we had the giant one that about 20 cars was in. And then Michaela came through to take home her first victory of the season, something we would become accustomed to. Phoenix, not a whole lot to report on there. Gideon kind of did really good that race, and he won it. Darlington, 14th race of the season, and Hazel held on to the lead until the final corner, when then she had the unfortunate time of allowing Cooper, my little brother, right on past, allowing Cooper to gain his second win of the season. In the All-Star race, Mama Beast finally came through. It didn't choke a win, and got a victory. Bam. Let's go. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Anyway, in the actual race, the Coke 600, it was a complete shit show, and everybody wrecked. It was very hard to actually not have a wreck every 2 laps, but they figured it out eventually, as Malachi came through to claim his second win of the season in a very, very good scenario for him. Outside of this, he really didn't do much. Outside of those 2, Daytona and Lowe's, he didn't do much of anything. Round 16, Kentucky. The duel came down to Noah from Savage Racing and Joey Bob from Redline Racing. And Joey Bob was able to hold off the hard-charging Noah to claim his second victory of the season. round 17, we came back to Daytona, in which we saw a familiar face in victory lane. Gideon would win his 4th race of the season and basically say that he was the best motherfucker out there. And he was. We had a big one on... Well, actually... No, not up there. No. Anyway, it was just a shit show. Homestead was next up, and Homestead was an absolute crazy race, including a last lap battle in which we saw Sylvie take away the win from Mama Beast, as she would finish second again. Now I'm actually going to load up me and Savage reacting to this last lap here. You guys can go ahead and take a listen, because oh boy, this was a juicy last lap. I'm popping it up, don't worry. Oh, I just want... Alright, here we go.
0-0! Big one! Big one! White flag! Oh my god! Here she comes around the high line. She has the high line. She has advantage. Look out for the 26! The 26 is there!
It's 26 will make something happen. Here we go. Your mom clears.
Mom clears! Mom clears! Looking for her first win!
It's good. It's
She's...
good. Your
Is it
mom's
good?
gonna be celebrating in victory lane tonight.
No! Look at the 26! No!
26.
Look at the 18! Block! Block! Oh, we're gonna have a photo finish to the line! No! Sylvie Allen steals another one from my...
I had a stroke. But, exciting finish. I think that tells you all you need to know about that race right there. It was stupid. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, next race, Chicagoland, where she finally did it. She didn't choke. She didn't lose. Mama Beast finally came home for her first victory in BUMCAR. Official victory. And this helped the championship battle, as the championship battle came down to 3 cars. We had Gideon, who won 4 races. Mama Beast, who she choked quite a few races, but still finished second quite a lot. And then John C. Linker, who was quietly doing really, 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 really good. Anyway, we move on to the first of 2 Bristol races, in which Beast Racing showed up and balled out, as they led every single lap of the 150 laps, split between Brian Lee Nelson and Daniel Holt. So, oh boy. The next race will be the Top Dog race, aka a big money race for fun. And John C. Linker would take his victory there, showing that he actually does have quite a lot of speed. And meanwhile, the next official points-paying race was at Kansas, in which John C. would win back-to-back races. And he really began stamping himself in as a title contender. Around 22, Pocono. It looks like for all the world that Daniel Holt would possibly take this one home. But just right after pit stop cycle, his car blew up. And that kind of shows you the luck that this man had, as in round 16 at Kentucky, the same thing happened. It looked like he was going to run away with the victory, and then it did not happen. It did not happen. But still, it looked like maybe John C. Linker, Anna Strutz, or Sylvie Allen could take the win, but then a new foe appeared. His name was Deshaun Harper, and he came through to take his one and only victory of the season in BUMCAR at Pocono. New Hampshire was an absolute shit show, and Michaela came through to claim victory. Important about this race was Gideon began falling down a little bit, but here's the thing. Mama Beast and John C. Linker wrecked each other. As Mama Beast was a lap down, John C. Linker was the race leader, and they wrecked each other. So that was a huge moment in the championship, and a championship decider all in all. Next race was the Roval, the second of 2 road courses. Believe me, we will have more next season. But guess what? Guess who won? A road course expert, McKenna, would destroy the competition at the Roval, and she would win to take home her victory of the season. Very interesting to note here, and I meant to talk about this at the beginning of the episode, so if you're still here, good. We are going to be holding a Formula 1 series, in which you guys, it's Formula 1, both BUMCAR. If you want to know more about it, join the Discord, make their life a lot easier. Race 25, the Bristol night race. Hazel Allen would finally, after choking many races, would finally come home to take her victory in an absolute wreckfest. Round 26, Coca-Cola. We had some giant wrecks, but Jabari Norris came through for Sly Racing to take home a victory. In ultimately a very interesting race, and so you saw some underdogs at the front. Jacob Keller, somebody who has sucked all season, he got third. Like the fuck? It was a very intense final few laps. Next round, Indianapolis, the yard of bricks. Who will be kissing the bricks? Well, for his third win on the season, Joey Bob would claim victory at the yard of bricks with a pretty good display. Next up, IRP, a track that NASCAR should actually go to in real life. It wasn't exactly the greatest race, but we saw some cars flipping and stuff, and they were very casual. And we saw an upset, a huge underdog take the victory. Chloe would come through to take her first victory. And actually a pretty damn good race in terms of she led most of the laps. She was up at the front, just dominating. Next race of the season would be at Atlanta, where we could have saw a potential championship clinching race win. John C. Linker could have ended it all right then and there, but instead he blew up from the lead. His car went kablooey, and that was it for him. Meanwhile, Quinn Allen would come through to take his first victory as somebody else who should have quite a few victories, always gets involved in other people's shit. And guess what? He finally came through to take the win. The final race of the season. 3 contenders for this championship. John C. Linker was your points leader. Mama Beast, second place. Third place, Gideon was hanging on by the skin of his teeth. Back at Auto Club. A very interesting race. All John C. had to do is just finish in front of the 2. Mama Beast had to finish 13 spots ahead, or 12 with a lap led. Gideon had to finish 39 spots ahead of John C. and 27 in front of Mama Beast. His odds were not that likely, but here's the problem. John C. didn't go off the line. His car died off the line, and it wouldn't go for quite a few more laps. He would end up being 4 laps down. So, of course, you're sitting here going, well, this is huge. They come through, others, they could come through and take this victory. Here's the thing. Mama B started 3rd as well. So, obviously, championship, huge championship implications. She drops back to about P30 within the first few laps. Guess who jumps up? Gideon Struts. But as we had a few retirements, John C. sitting P40. Meanwhile, Gideon is battling for the lead, and Mama Beast is sitting like P27. But with just a few laps to go, Gideon begins to fall back. He falls to third, allowing Michaela to go ahead take the victory. But Mama Beast had some luck at the end. As it looks, I was saying it, the nail in the final coffin of the championship hopes of Mama Beast and Johnson Linker didn't happen, as she would make some crucial passes to jump past to be within 27 spots, and she would take the championship by 2 points, as Johnson and Gideon would tie for second place, Gideon getting the tiebreaker. 2 points. That's all that mattered, was 2 points. As an intense end of the season, and that intense season came to an end. So now, we wait into the off season with lots of wonders and a lot of who knows and what the fuck's gonna happen. Next episode you'll see from me will be the team recap / driver recap. That will be fun, because your shit posting will be real. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, Redline, I don't know. Beast Racing's Mama Beast would take the championship. Beast Racing would claim the team championship. And now we wait. We're in the off season. Like I said, join the Discord. For if you want to make it to season 2, and if you what was I gonna say? Yeah, Formula 1. That's starting now, actually. So if you want to get in there, you're gonna have to get in there as fast as you can. Links down below to the Discord make your life a whole lot easier. By the way, BUMCAR will be coming to YouTube for next season, as I will be streaming all of them live right here on the Brian the Beast YouTube channel. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, like, subscribe, tell your friends about BUMCAR and have them join, because we can always take more and more people. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.